Well, it is a sunny fall morning outside of Duncan, British Columbia, and I am in the much anticipated Toyota GR Corolla. This is the brand's first hot hatch to be sold in Canada in a while. Let's run through how cool this car is. We'll hit the road and then we will hit the track. So first, a little rundown on what this car is. It's built at the GR assembly plant in Motomachi. The plant has no conveyor belt and uses a more human-centric manual assembly process. Workers here are talented ones recruited from across the company, and it's the factory where they used to build the LFA supercar. This is built by Toyota's very best people. The big news, well, big flares. It's about 4 inches wider than a standard Corolla, and it's all in the hips above the front and rear tires. Also, it has a unique 3-cylinder turbocharged engine. That turbocharged triple makes 300 horsepower, exhales through 3 exhaust tips, and has 3 pedals exclusively with this 6-speed manual transmission. The torque, well, it's 273 pound-feet, and that's because this engine makes about 25 pounds of boost. And as I mentioned, it is all-wheel drive with selectable torque. Right now we're in 60-40 torque split, front-rear. Track mode makes it 50-50, and there is a GR mode which moves it to a 30-70, so you can move most of that power to the rear. How much does it cost? Well, it's available in 3 trim levels: the Core, the Circuit, and the Morizo. This is the Core, which starts at $45,490, and it comes standard with front and rear limited slip diffs. It comes with 18-inch alloy wheels and 14-inch front brake rotors, which are actually the largest ever fitted to any Toyota product, larger than the Supra and larger than the Tundra. Moving up to the Circuit Edition, for $53,990, you get a carbon fiber roof, which is another first for a Toyota product. You get red brakes, a vented hood, and heated seats and a heated steering wheel. And then we have the Morizo, the bad boy. It is a 2-seat, very special limited car. In fact, only 10 are coming to Canada, and you have to audition to buy one. Now, the Morizo has 22 more pound-feet of torque because it runs an extra PSI of boost, about 26 pounds. Officially, the extra pound of boost does not change the horsepower at all. Read into that what you will. You get 2 additional floor braces, 1 additional strut brace, and it weighs 29 kilograms less than the Core grade and 45 kilograms less than the Circuit Edition. Only available in a matte color called Smoke, and there are 10 available in Canada, and there are 2,500 applicants for that car. So enough about the specs. Let's slot it into first gear and take this hot hatch for a drive. So this is a first drive program, and this is actually the first 6 feet I have ever driven this car. I have never driven it before, so you and I are going to learn what it is like together. Here we go. So 300 horsepower from a 1.6 liter triple. Oh boy. I love the sound of a triple. So yes, that is a 1.6 liter inline 3-cylinder engine. Toyota chose a triple over a 4-cylinder because it is lighter and more compact. It is essentially the same engine you get in the GR Yaris, which is not sold here, except that it makes more power thanks to larger exhaust valves. Also, this short throw 6-speed shifter is an absolute delight. First things I notice is really how little this feels like a Corolla. Some things are pretty standard Corolla. Obviously, I have my touchscreen navigation up in front of me, and I have the standard Corolla door panels. However, the seats are unique. They're cloth here. They're suede in the Circuit and Morizo editions. And I have this unique 12.3-inch GR display ahead of me that shows attack front and center, shows what gear I'm in, it shows boost pressure, all kinds of cool performance stats, and it helps make me feel like I'm not in a regular Corolla. Oh, I love a hot hatch. Now, Toyota has made attempts at this before with the tuned Corolla Apex, but I need to stress how special this vehicle is. It's a close ratio, 6-speed manual. It's only a single overdrive. 6 gear is only 0.902 to 1, and that means there's a lot of shifting happening, and the shifts are good. This transmission is an exclusive one, only used on the GR Yaris and GR Corolla. You're not going to get it in another Toyota product. And frankly, I think these are the roads it was designed to excel on. Temperatures are pretty cold here today, about 5 degrees. Perfect temperatures for building boost and enjoying these roads. The pedals feel great. Oh my God, this is such a good car. But what I really am feeling in this car is how special it feels. It feels like this car has a sense of occasion. It feels like a homologation rally car, which it's not that far from being. Now, Toyota is going to continue racing the GR Yaris in the World Rally Championship, but there is a lot of hardware shared between the two. On these bumpy roads, I'm not feeling the bumps upset the car. It's a little stiff, and I feel how short the wheelbase is, but wow, this thing feels confident and planted. And with that big turbo on that little engine, there is torque everywhere. Look at that. Now, later in this review, we will take this car on the track and we'll really get a chance to wind it out and hear what this thing sounds like flat out. Part of the reason for its unique sound is that there's no valved exhaust. It just is what it is. And what it is 3 exhaust tips coming off of this engine to give it a very unique sound. I can't think of another car that sounds like this, frankly. This shifter feels so good. Honestly, gotta be easily top 5 shifters you can buy new, maybe top 3. This is about perfect. And there's no rev hang at all. The shifts feel absolutely natural. I can just blip down the gears and upshift without any pause or brake. It is an amazing manual transmission. And not every manual is a good one, but I'm here to tell you folks, this one, it's a good one. It's definitely a car you want to drive for the joy of driving it. It rewards being driven hard. It just wants more and more. Oh, this is the perfect road for a car like this. It feels nimble. It's only about 44 kilograms more than a standard front-wheel drive automatic Corolla. Your average rental hatchback Corolla. It's only 44 kilograms more than that car, but it has 300 horsepower. I can hear the turbo chirping away. Around those tight corners, you can just feel the all-wheel drive pulling you out of the corner exit. This car definitely feels at home on these small, twisty roads. The bumpier, the better. This chassis is not upset by any of that. Speaking a little critically, I guess there is a bit of drone present in the lower RPMs, but then again, this is a pretty specialized car. Now, interestingly, while the Morizo is an extreme limited edition, the standard core variant is not limited production at all. Toyota will sell as many of these as people would like to buy. So you're not going to have to worry about being able to buy one of these if you want one. Only the Morizo is a real collector's edition, hard to get your hands on car. And that's good because at the end of the day, what I like about this car is that all the Corolla virtues are still here despite the performance. Unless you choose the Morizo, there is a rear seat, it's a hatchback, it has infotainment from the standard Corolla lineup. It's a Corolla, but it's a Corolla you want to keep driving. This is an amazing hot hatch. Whoever buys this car is going to love it. And not only is it a good hot hatch, it's one you can enjoy in any weather. Frankly, I think the nastier the weather, the more you're going to enjoy driving this car. It's not going to be fazed by snow or rain or anything. Now, performance times, well, the top speed of this car is limited to 230 kilometers per hour, and probably wouldn't want to go much faster in a car with a wheelbase this short. 0 to 60 is 4.99 seconds for the core in the circuit. The Morizo with its extra torque and extra boost, 4.92. So that shows me that it's you're probably not going to feel that power difference. You're probably not missing out on that much. But the Morizo does get a closer gear ratios between the 6 gears. So those gear shifts are going to be even more closely spaced than what we have here in the standard core version. I also love the shape of these seats. I mean, seats are kind of not one size fits all, but I feel supported and extremely comfortable. The actual material backing the seat that you sit on is very soft. If you find German performance seats a little bit too hard, these are going to be perfect. They're very supportive, but also very comfortable. I'm a fan. And that's before we start talking about subjective things like how this car looks. Those 4 inches of extra flare, they make this thing look like a bad boy race car. And I love it. So like I said at the beginning of the video, this is my very first taste of the GR Corolla, and we will do our best to do a full week-long review of this car when these cars become available. But for right now, I would say that the first few bites are pretty tasty. The other thing I like are the feel of these brakes. They're huge for the size of car. 14-inch front rotors, 11-inch rears, and in fact, those fronts are the largest ever fitted to a Toyota product. They're larger than you would find on a Toyota Supra and larger than you would find on a heavy-duty Tundra pickup truck. They inspire a lot of confidence in this pedal, and I feel like they could haul me down from big speed very quickly, but we will try those more on the track. I've often said I get into a lot of performance cars and I feel like I can't enjoy the acceleration. I feel like it happens too fast. This car is certainly fast, but it's not too fast. And the way that these gears are spaced, every run up to the speed limit and maybe a little above it is a lot of fun. So the first impressions on the road, really, really good. But now it's time to head to the racetrack and see how this thing holds up where there are no speed limits. Let's go to the track. Okay, so now we are on track in the Morizo, and just like the road drive, I have not driven the Morizo GR Corolla, so I'm excited to try it out. I'm not going to be going for a hot lap here, not that I could. More trying to get a sense of the feel of this car. This is a chance to see what the GR Corolla Morizo is like at speed. Of course, this is lighter than the other one, a little bit more torque and more boost. Wow. I gotta say, it does feel more alive than the standard version on the racetrack. And it should. It's got more boost. Not only that, we are in the more track-focused mode, where we have more drive going to the rear wheels. Let's see if we can feel that rotation on this short little chassis. And turn in for this little cascade. That rear seat delete means all that sound comes in a little bit more clearer. And on those spicy Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires, the turn-in is sharper. Oh, this is much better on the racetrack than the standard version. It's a pity that only so many Canadians are going to get to experience this. Because I'm telling you folks, this is a machine. I have GoPros blocking my vision. And we're going to come onto the front straight here. let her have it. Wow, the grip in this thing is ridiculous for a Corolla. And fourth gear flat on the back straight. Wow. I'm telling you folks, a Corolla has never driven like this before. This is brand new, uncharted territory. A little bit of movement there from my ill driving. But this is a package. Well, it's the same basic package, except instead of having 25 pounds of boost, it's making about 26. You can really feel it does want to rotate under braking. This is a fun car to drive on the track, and it's certainly more car than I can do justice. But I'm here to tell you folks, it is fun. I can't say I noticed the acceleration difference with the shorter gears, but I'm sure it's there. Front straight. It does definitely feel more race car. I like the suede on the steering wheel. What an experience. Now, it's a lot of money to spend on a Corolla, but you are guaranteed to get the best Corolla driving experience that money can buy. And really, I have to commend Toyota for coming up with this exciting vehicle, because we don't get a lot of products like this. A genuinely race-bred, exciting performance hot hatch. It feels so much more involved than something like a Golf R. I definitely feel the stiffer springing on the monotube shocks on this model versus the standard. There you go. It wants to rotate on entry. We have traction control on in this lap. I wonder how many laps he's going to let me go for. I'm just going to keep doing it. Oh, I'm telling you guys, this is a good track car. And this better be, because it only has 2 seats. And there's our cool down. So, the lucky few that get the GR Corolla Marizo edition will be getting a very special car indeed. It's not for the many, but for those that are lucky enough, they are getting quite the treat on road and track. But the good news is, as good as the Marizo is, 95% of that goodness is available in the circuit and the core models of the GR Corolla. You don't need to spend the big dollars to enjoy what this car has to offer, which is a rally-bred platform, short wheelbase, big turbo power. All that is enjoyable in the base car, the circuit, and even up here in the Marizo. If you want more GR Corolla coverage, I did write a full review article, which you can find on our website at Driving.ca. And for Driving.ca, I'm Clayton Seams, and don't forget to check us out on social media like Instagram and Twitter.